We're almost ready to start the festivities here at the Talladega Superspeedway, getting ready to go racing for some multi-class action at Talladega. Everybody getting ready to grid, and we are almost ready to throw up the green flag, but we have a very, very special guest, driver of our number 88 from, how do you pronounce that, Mike? Tominac, New York. Mike Allen in the number 88 in the booth today. Mike, you've got a very, very special message. Let's get this race started tonight. Whoa, let's try one more time here. Mike, Rick James, you got me in the booth.
I do, Rick.
Mike Allen, we got you, buddy. Welcome to Talladega. Let's get this race kicked off, bud. And it sounds like we've lost Mike for the second time today as we're getting ready to grid here. Not sure what exactly is going on. But anyway, if you've just recently tuned in, I'm Rick James, joined by the one and only Mike Allen. We're getting ready to, well, we are rolling now as Josh Arnold and Braden Holt are starting us off. Mike, you gave the command to fire engines here to Talladega, buddy. This is going to be a great race for you and everyone else. Welcome, my friend. Kind of a send-off for you as well, buddy. You excited about tonight?
I missed the fucking start somehow.
Mike Allen, third time's a charm. Rick James here, you got me?
I do.
Hey, Mike, we gave the command to fire engines there a little while ago, but no matter, bud. You're sitting here in that number 88 car getting ready to throw off this very, very special event. And you in that 88 truck there, that turned down for what truck, getting ready to go here, my friend. It's going to be a special night, a special all-star night for you. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. Thanks for coming through tonight. What do you expect to see this evening?
I hope the 88's good. I'm hoping to keep it up front there, so it's going to be interesting against the finished cars.
Quite interesting indeed, this multi-class racing with a lot of our competitors tonight in these Xfinity cars. But if you look further back through the field, you're going to notice we have some trucks on the end of it too. So we're going to have multi-class NASCAR racing. This is going to be something else to see. Mike, this is also going to be a special race for you because you'll be having a little procedure here, and we're going to see you back real soon, but the recovery time is going to be a bit, so just not only is tonight an all-star race for you, Mike, but we're going to celebrate some of the important members of Turn Down for What, and we're going to celebrate this incredibly successful second season as well.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I didn't get up there in time to get that grid.
No worries there. We're going to keep on moving it here. We're going to throw the green flag, but a bit of a ceremonial green flag as well. Now joining us in the booth, Kurt Swatsworth, who's also driving in tonight's race. Kurt rocking that number 18 Stars and Stripes Alpha One Foundation Chevy Silverado. Kurt, welcome to the booth, my friend. Welcome to Talladega. This is going to be a fun night of racing.
What's going on, Rick? Yeah, this is very interesting. We've got Xfinity cars and trucks on Talladega at once for this Turn Down for What All-Star race. Kind of a weird thing I threw together as an idea with Papa and a couple other drivers, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. I think it's going to be pretty fun, though. It's going to be a little crazy here, Rick.
It's going to be fun indeed. Mike Allen, you're going to get a shotgun seat as well. Atlanta Racing's in the chat. He says, what up, Ricky? Volsfan88 giving 5 subscriptions earlier in this chat. The whole gang is in. Send my love to the whole family, ATL. I hope you're fine. Speaking of Papa Bear, Mike Campbell in that number 71 truck. We're not only cheering on our friends Mike Allen and Mike Campbell tonight, but we're celebrating Mike Campbell for all his work he's done, and we're celebrating Michael Allen as well, who of course is getting a little lung procedure done tomorrow, and we're going to see him back real soon. But Kurt, it's certainly it's going to be a night of fun for these trucks and these Xfinity cars, but it's also going to be a night of celebration for some of the league's most important members.
Absolutely, Rick. We really wanted to celebrate and honor Mike and let him know that we're all behind him, we're all praying for him, and all pushing for a speedy recovery for him. So that's why we kind of came up with the idea of putting him out front, let him lead a lap, just to let him know that we're all behind him in a actual sense where you can see we're all behind him on track to push him through his surgery tomorrow and be there for him. There's another surprise coming here, and as soon as Mike goes across the finish line, Rick, then I'll be able to announce that surprise and go over push talk. Nobody else knows this surprise except for Mike Allen, myself, and you. So the person that we're going to be surprising is Papa Bear, and he does not have a clue about what we're doing. So
It is a great bit of a family atmosphere as well, and I say that with all the love in my heart because it really is just a big family at Turn Down for what, and over this second season, it's something that I've learned that it's an incredibly tight-knit group. Treeweight in the chat with best wishes to Mike, More Than a Cape getting over a little bit of illness there, Atlanta Racing, Rock, NASCAR, all in the chat, Duct Tape Fan 06, so many people ready to catch this multi-class racing, and if you've just tuned in, we're honoring Mike Allen here, our good friend in that number 88, with a bit of a thank you message on his truck. Mike's going to be getting some rest and getting a little procedures done, and we're going to see Mike real soon around the corner. But in this all-star race, while Mike's getting a little bit of medical work done, we're going to go ahead and say how much we love him, how much we honor him. And then, of course, car 71, Mike Campbell, in the other Alpha One Foundation entry. He's going to be coming up to the front of this race. So quite literally, in a show of solidarity, the entire league can get behind two of its most important and most revered members. Kurt Swatsworth, it's time to bring that 71 to the front.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead and call it over on Push to Talk for me, bud.
Papa Bear in that 71. You want to come up front with me?
All right, so Papa Bear just said no, but he's going to pull
Come on,
up front.
Papa Bear. Get up here.
All right, so everybody, this is what we're doing. Papa Bear is our owner. He is our fearless leader for Turn Down for What. I wanted him to move up front next to Mike to just, show huge thanks, big thanks to Papa Bear for putting all this entire season for 2 seasons for Xfinity, 1 full season for truck so far. Most of us came over from other leagues and things like that. Myself, I joined specifically because of Papa Bear. I know how much his passion to be on the track, to be there for all of us. You can see it when we've celebrated certain people here doing, when they go through certain things. You see the birthday messages in the Discord, all that kind of stuff. It's a huge family, and I want Papa Bear to know that we all thank him and really appreciate him giving us a place to call home and be able to race.
The family atmosphere is one that they definitely take to heart, with Mike Campbell at the front of this field, along with the 88 of Mike Allen. Both of these trucks at the front, 2 very important members tonight, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to get all the formalities out of the way. We're going to get all the emotions out now. And we're gonna put them to good use here. Big shout out.
I need a black flag. I'm gonna need a black flag clause.
We'll get you taken care of. We'll get you taken care of, Mike. No problem, buddy. Mike Allen leading the way, as is the 71. They're gonna both go back to their respective positions. Mike, we're going to let you get to work. Kurt, you've got to go back to work as well. So, gentlemen, we're going to let you go back to your respective chats. We're going to get everything lined up and ordered and ready to go before we throw the green flag tonight.
Appreciate it, Rick. You have a great broadcast, bud, and hope you enjoy the show.
I'm going to need a black flag.
We're going to clear your black flag.
Need a black. Yeah.
So we're going to get everybody back in line, everybody ready to go. Here goes your starting lineup, brought to you by di9 Designs. Braden Holt is going to be on the front row with Josh Arnold in the number 22 Southern Beverage Company machine. A little bit of single file formations going on here. And now we're going to get these guys lined up with the caution being thrown here on this third lap. We're going to get everybody lined up, everybody ready to go. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to get the pre-roll ads out of the way. Don't move a muscle. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the starting lineup. Everybody ready to go. Everybody ready to get this all-star race underway. It's Xfinity cars versus trucks, multi-class racing from the Talladega Superspeedway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the starting lineup and the green flag for the di9 Designs. Turned down for what? All-Star Race. At Talladega Superspeedway, drivers getting lined up and ready to go. Braden Holt in that 7-2 with the lights still illuminating the pace car. So it looks like we're going to get one more lap here. Not sure exactly what's happening, but Josh Arnold, Braden Holt at the front of the field. Let's actually have a word with Braden Holt, see if we can bother him for a word and an update on what's happening. Braden Holt, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Lights are still on atop the pace car, Braden. You want to fill in these fans on how soon we can get racing here?
Oh, we got 2 laps to go until green flag, and hopefully it's a good one.
You're going to be sitting in front of, well, next to Josh Arnold here. Hopefully all of these caution laps haven't cooled down your nerves and haven't taken away any of the steel you might need to get going with a good start.
Oh yeah, especially after yesterday, I had a race and I spun the tires and wrecked it, so hopefully I don't do it again.
Keep the shiny side up, Braden. Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
See if we can have a word with that second place driver, car 22, Josh Arnold. J-Paw, Rick James up top, you got me?
I do.
Sir, you're rocking that number 22 Southern Beverage Company Ford Mustang. You've got a lot of the J-Paw militia around you, but it's the all-star race. Coming to 1 to go this time by. Who's going to be your biggest drafting partner to stay up front?
Myself, I'm going to have to fight for everything because I don't think there's a single person out here that's considered teammates now that it's the All-Star.
Who's been your best drafting
partner? I might
partner?
have to draft off that pace car.
You're getting the best you can after, I was just saying to the 7-2 of Braden Holt, after these 6 caution laps, hopefully that's not going to cool down the car or kind of cool down your nerves here. You got to get going with a fierce start at Talladega. Otherwise, you're going to get ran over.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's the plate tracks, Rick. You know I like to be up front and leading the pack every chance I get, so that's what I plan to do.
Best of luck, buddy. Have fun tonight.
Thanks. Hey, Mom.
Josh Arnold showing love to Mama Arnold as well, who's watching along. And again, if you've recently tuned in, we're getting the 1 to go signal here, so no more delays, no more anticipation. The lights are going to turn off atop the pace car. We're going to send these race cars around here. Mama Beast with 3 checkered flags, first time chat in there. Also TrueX4 saying good luck. Big brother Mike Allen, you're an inspiration to everyone who knows you. Let's see that 88 up front. Atlanta Racing saying he might do a VR stream in the future. Don't forget, on twitch.tv/Atlanta Racing is where you can see ARCA and 87 cars. Follow him on Twitter at Atlanta Racing. You cannot miss that. Bamatrama in the chat saying, let's go Terry. Cheering for Terry Radford in the number 3 Lowe's Chevrolet Silverado. Impressive to see his qualifying time gets him up within those Xfinity cars. And if you haven't yet learned the format, 80 laps of action. We've burned a few, but we're going to have just under, so we're going to have right around 74 laps of racing. The highest ranked Xfinity car and the highest ranked truck at the time the checkered flag flies is the winner in those respective classes. Cut and dry, pretty straightforward. Not much else to say about that. There's your address, twitch.tv/Atlanta Racing. You can find that in the Twitch chat. And finally, after all that anticipation, we are ready to go racing from virtual Talladega. di9 Designs proudly presents the All-Star Race in Season 2 of the Turn Down for What Xfinity Series. Jordan Bain, the defending champion, officially not able to make it tonight, but we'll see who can bring in a championship performance in tonight's All-Star Race. Atlanta Racing saying, all right, Terry, make us broadcasters look good on the track. These drivers trying to look good for themselves. One last race to put a cherry on the sweet dessert that was Season 2, waiting for the green flag from Talladega. Braden Holt leads us to the line. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. First lap complete at Talladega. Terry Radford in the truck. He's now to the inside of Mike Campbell. Again, trucks versus Xfinity tonight. Class racing underway at Talladega. Braden Holt to the lead with Zach Meredith behind him in the 1-7. You can already see two packs clearly being broken up between these race cars. Fastest lap in that number 3-8, Wisconsin's Matt Boone, bringing a 54.91 in his Coca-Cola Chevrolet. He's behind that 3-6 Gatorade car. Justin Quimby in those retro colors behind the 1-9 State Farm machine of Jake Millsap on the outside lane. And there's a wreck already. Trucks going everywhere. Mike Campbell's been involved. Nate Lehman in the Noble. Winston Ford involved in that one. And there is the second caution of tonight's race. And Terry Radford, our broadcast buddy, caught up in that one. The number 3 Lowe's Chevrolet Silverado skidding slowly in the short chute as Rock NASCAR puts "Let's go Terry" and a "Do It for Dale" emoji in the chat. Atlanta Racing with a crash emoji as well. And let's see what brings out caution at number 1 at Talladega. The 71 of Campbell just getting sandwiched between the 19 and Radford, just an innocent bystander. And Atlanta Racing says, freaking commentator's curse. Tell me about it, ATL. Let's see from Papa Bear Campbell's angle just how that looked. And you saw it there, just Campbell just had to check up And it looks like the 19 of Millsap, just nowhere for Jake to go. Let's see how Jake saw this accident. From Matt Boone's view. Nate Lehman was involved in this accident. The 9 truck of Josh Franks. One more view, the 2-4 of Byron Jones. Oh, you can hear the throttle blip for just a moment. And Byron Jones just sneaking through that one. There's Terry Radford getting out of pit lane with his truck intact. But that 2-4 of Byron Jones earning the first Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Shout out Byron. So at the front, Josh Arnold leads. He's got Cole Snyder in the Storm. Number 2-4 Chevrolet to his outside. Let's see if we can bother Cole Snyder for just a little bit here. Cole Snyder, Rick James up top. You got me, pal?
Yes, sir.
Interesting Storm paint scheme, man. You paint that one yourself?
I didn't. It's actually a Millsap designed car. Millsap Graphics. He makes great ones.
Shout out Jake Millsap. So, of course, pardon me. Of course, you're looking to bowl over the competition.
Absolutely. No teammates out here tonight.
That's exactly what the car ahead of you, Josh Arnold, said. No teammates tonight. So who's going to be your best drafting partner in that case?
You know, there might not be teammates, but my team right now is 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to love that. You know, I'm going to always push the boys, the whole crew. I don't know. It don't matter. Everyone's going to push the trucks. It's just going to be wild. This is going to be a nutty race.
Class racing, man. This is the first NASCAR class race I've ever done. I don't know if it's the first class race you've ever done. Are there any trucks out there? We saw Radford was fast in that 3 car. Are there any trucks that you might have to look out for? Or is your car just so much faster than theirs, it's a non-issue?
I think the speed is going to be a difference, but, man, it's all about these fast repairs. Who gets through them, who saves them, who has to use them. It could be a bunch of trucks out here just from them lagging back because they can't keep up with us. Who knows? This is such a mystery. It's going to be awesome.
We're going to find out, buddy. Just like I tell everybody else, keep the shiny side up, Cole. Hopefully we talk to you at the end. Oh, I've got to ask you, by the way, as a Rams fan, you've got to make your score prediction for the game in a couple Sundays.
Rams win 41-0.
Oh, come on. I love the enthusiasm. I tell you what, I'm a Lions fan. I want to see Matt Stafford win this Super Bowl. I don't dislike the Bengals. I got nothing against Joe Burrow, but I want to see my old quarterback get the W, man. For me, I hope it's going to be as close as these NFC and AFC championship games. If it does come down to a last-minute field goal, I do hope it's the Rams, buddy.
Absolutely, man. These playoffs have been nothing but spectacular, so the Super Bowl should be a good one. I'm happy for all the Bengals fans out there. They deserve a Super Bowl. That's awesome. I'm a Rams fan. Realistically, I think we win it 24-14.
Good prediction, buddy. 24, huh? I got you, man.
Yeah,
Keep the shiny side up, Cole. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, buddy.
24-14, that's a bold prediction. Atlanta Racing says he's my old quarterback as well from UGA. Go Dogs, go Lions. You know, I like Michigan as well, but, you know, we got outplayed in that game. What can I say? But Josh Arnold's leading Cole Snyder. I could talk football all day, but that's not what we're here for. Let's go racing. Come on, Josh Arnold. Cole Snyder on the front row. Jake Millsap. Q-Dog. Enrique Quinones in the number 9. Southern Beverage. Michelob Ultra Chevrolet. Then you've got JQ. Check this out. Justin Quimby in an awesome number 36 throwback Chevrolet. That Gatorade car looking fantastic. Give it up to Byron Jones in the number 2-4 TJ's team Chevrolet. Behind these two, Hunter Peach finished second place in points this second season. He's got a great shot to win, and Jeff Noe with some Kurt Busch, Rusty Wallace vibes in that number 2 Miller Light Mustang. But at the front, J. Paul Arnold next to Cole Snyder on the front row. Green flag about to come out. All the fans throwing up what's up in the chat. What's going on, AK Wonder? And for everybody, let's go racing one more time. Green flag is out. Coming down this front straight, Jake Millsap, Josh Arnold, look at this, 3 and almost 4 wide into the first corner. Will they survive? The 17 of Zach Meredith dipping 2 tires down the inside line. 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Sanity prevails. Everybody starts to get the draft. And look at these trucks following in the wake of these Xfinity cars. 2 trucks make contact. Everybody fans out, but nobody crashes, and we all keep it pushing. What a save as everybody falls back in line into turn number 3. Look at these trucks on the inside line. Talking about that one of Shad Swatsworth. He's on the inside line. Up to his left is the 2-4 of Byron Jones. In that TJ's team truck, he's got the 9 of Josh Franks, the 9 truck of Josh Franks, the Napa machine in the center. The 9 Michelob car of Q-Dog Enrique Quinones is on that outside line. 14 laps underway, almost 4 wide for the 6th position. Everybody makes it through that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th corner without harm. Now let's see them do it again. Atlanta Racing in the chat says, we need to get Pete, Terry, you, and me in the booth again for a race. It would be my esteemed pleasure to get the band back together. Jake Millsap at the front to the inside line. He's got a bumper full of Josh Arnold. Mike Nike 3369 says, let's go Papa Bear, cheering for the 7-1 of Mike Campbell. JQ taking the lead on the outside. Justin Quimby in that 3-6 Gatorade Chevrolet going to the middle lane now. Vacuum hole's open and there's contact and there's a wreck between them. Papa Bear, Josh Arnold's gone around. Cole Snyder, Q-Dog goes around. Josh Franks makes it through. Mike Campbell in that 71 Papa Bear, did he make it through? Just barely. He avoids that accident. Caution number 2 flies over Talladega. And you saw it coming. There was no way to avoid that one. But they held on to it for quite a long time. I'm impressed. Let's see what brought out caution number 2. Coming into that first corner now, keep your eye on that 2-2. He's going to get pushed into the vacuum hole here. Here he goes in the middle, trying to make a move. Looks like he's going to make contact with the 2-4, gets into the 19, and there was no saving it from there. Oh, Hunter Peach almost escapes. Let's have a look at Cole Snyder. 2-4 on the outside line. Pushing the 3-6 of Quimby down the front straight. Watch the 2-2 come to the inside. They're going to briefly make contact. It looks like the 2-4 just sends it in a little too deep. Oh man, that 24 of Byron Jones just barely made it through. Mike Allen looks like he squeezed through in that 88 truck, and he does. He absolutely made it through. Let's see what this looked like from the view of truck 88. Watch this. Come on. Come on. That is something else. And one more look, just one more look from the gyro cam, because that's insane. To quote Mike Skinner from NASCAR Thunder 2003, how would you like to see this happening in front of you? That right there for the 88 of Mike Allen earns him tonight's second Cold Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Good on you, Mike Allen, the New York pilot in the 14th position. TrueX4 says, great moves, 88. He's stayed in the race, hasn't burned one yet. Justin Quimby, our race leader now in that 3.6. Wea0855 says, Ram skills are great. AKA Wonder also says, good job, Ram. Round of applause from Scopes23. More Than a Cape says, the entire J-Paw militia gone. And that's exactly correct. A lot of those cars in the top 4 were done. Scopes23 says, woo, go Dad Allen. Streamlabs reminding you, if you'd like to go ad-free on Rick James TV, subscribe through Twitch or combine your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch, get free games every single month, get free loot for your games. Obviously, you get Prime Video, and you get a free subscription every single month to Rick James TV. So why not combine that Prime and get that free subscription and go ad-free? With that being said, we are going to take a 60-second break to keep the pre-rolls off, and then we're going to be back with more racing from the Talladega Superspeedway. 17 of 80 laps complete, underway, and soon to be complete in the di9 designs. Turn down for what? All-Star Race. About to flip the switch for more racing from the Talladega Superspeedway. If you've just tuned in, I'm Rick James, and you're watching the di9 Designs Turn Down for What Xfinity race. Big shout out to Fen the Old, great friend. Send my love to the whole family back in Blighty. I hope you're well. He says, evening, Rick. Great race so far. Just tuned in. Some serious wheel skills already. You better believe it. Justin Quimby and Jake Millsap will be on the front row for this restart. Zach Meredith in the number 17 National Guard Chevy to the inside of Braden Holt in the 7-2 Lucas Oil Products car. The pace car peels off, and yes, indeed, those are trucks racing with these Xfinity cars. Terry Radford and Shad Swatsworth repping for those Camping World trucks in that third row. Green flag is going to fly. Justin Quimby, Jake Millsap getting ready for the signal. Green flag is out at Talladega. Let's go racing. Cars already fanning out 4 wide. Zach Meredith trying to regain control. Everybody 3 and 4 wide, just flying into the third corner. Do they all make it through? Just separated pockmarks of race cars all over the third and fourth bankings. Out of that fourth corner, Justin Quimby leads. Doug Tecfano 6 says, go, Jake, go. Mama Beast also cheering on her favorite driver, Jake Millsap. To the outside, he gets turned by Braden Holt. Calamity down the front straight. Braden Holt just flew into the stratosphere and possibly beyond. Say hi to the satellites in space, Braden. Jake Millsap leads as caution number 4 flies over Talladega. And so far, it's been cautions breeding cautions tonight. Let's see what happened. We can even find Braden Holt because he just, Mama Beast asking who's over the fence, and that was definitely Braden Holt that pulled a Cale Yarborough down the front straight. Let's have a look. Keep your eye on that 7-2. You're about to go places. Look at that. Right into the air. Let's have one more look. Let's see if we can find what happened to Jake Millsap, because the 19 car also got involved in that one quite a bit. So here's Holt again. Jake Millsap, however, being scored as the race leader. Watch this. He's going to get some attention from the 7-2. And I'll tell you what, Millsap still leading at the moment of caution. One look from the front fender of Braden Holt. Jumps immediately to pit road. Treewade says it's a modified now. You better believe it. One more look for Jake Millsap. And you're going to see, like a good neighbor, Justin Quimby is going to be there, and he's going to save that 19 car from certain destruction. Now that 36 is going to need a drink, and he's going to need to get his thirst quenched because he just got dumped inadvertently. But the 19 with a hammered in right rear quarter panel still being scored as the leader, Shad Swatsworth, now takes the second position in that number 1 Bass Pro Tracker Boats Chevrolet. Let's see if we can bother Shad for a little bit. And it looks like Shad's actually, no, there he is. Let's bother Shad. I feel like bothering Shad. Shadley, Rick James, what's going on?
Oh, not much, surviving.
That's what it looks like. You're quite literally surviving out here, but it's so much fun to watch. This multi-class NASCAR racing is pretty cool. You just barely came through that accident. Jake Millsap leading this race. You're right behind him. We thought that these trucks weren't going to be able to keep up with these Xfinity cars, but we're being proven wrong. 3 out of the top 5 are trucks.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised too. I thought the Xfinity cars would take off and leave us in the dust, but in the draft, we're getting able to to hit our top speed, and it's matching what the Xfinity is in the draft. So as long as we can hang on to the draft, the trucks can stick with them. But if we lose it, then they're just going to eventually pull away.
The restarts look difficult, Chad. It looks like because for some reason the trucks just don't have as much giddy up. They don't have as much launch off that line. If it comes to a green-white checkered finish, does a truck have a chance at getting the overall win?
If whoever it is side drafts and gets that run coming off of turn 2, and doesn't have somebody pull up in front of them, yeah, there's a chance. But like you said, it is difficult with the restarts. These things definitely don't get the jump like the Xfinity cars do.
Now, who's your best drafting partner out here? We've been asking drivers all night, and they say there's no teammates, but there are some good partners to draft with.
I know Matt Boone. Obviously, we were teammates in Xfinity. I know if I had to, he could definitely push me, or I could push him. But a guy I'm trying to avoid is the 72 of Braden Holt. He turned me twice in practice, so I don't want him on my rear bumper at all.
Treyway just said that Braden Holt has been turned into a modified, and the replays will show that Braden Holt was behind the 19 of Jake Millsap when that caution came out. So you'll have to do your due diligence out there. Shad, keep the shiny side up, my friend. Hopefully we talk to you at the end of the show.
All right, have fun.
Oh, I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. And fans, I hope you're having fun as well. I'm Rick James, and you have tuned in to this 22nd lap of competition. The di9 Designs All-Star Xfinity race, well, it's Xfinity and truck race from the Talladega Superspeedway, as you're seeing here. And you're looking at your two class leaders right now, Jake Millsap in the 19, Shad Swatsworth in the 1 truck, being scored as the 8 on that outside line. Byron Jones sitting in that 3rd position to the inside of Stan Carnathan in the number 4-3 B-Water Chevrolet. Then you have another diverse 4th row here. You've got Jeff No to the inside of Mike Campbell, and one more, you've got another split decision, Kurt Swatsworth. He'll be starting to the inside of J. Paul Arnold in the number 2-2 Southern Beverage Company car. Behind him to the top 10 for the first time today, Jose Ruiz, the Californian, up to the top 10 in the Zippo Chevrolet to the inside of Jeff Lednam, I should say. That's Q-Dog behind him. Jeff Lednam is going to be rounding out the top 10 in his number 37 Duluth Trading Ford F-150. Atlanta Racing says, all right, I'm back. Bama Trama says, check with Vols at the wheel. Terry Radford being scored on the outside of row number 6 in his number 3 Lowe's Chevrolet. He's got some scrapes, but he'll be looking to make that up. Doug Tape Fan 06 says, 19, that's my boy. Fun race tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get some green flag runs going and see how the draft gets affected. But Jake Millsap is going to get a great start from that 19. He'll have Shad Swatsworth to his outside as we get the All-Star race running one more time. Pace car peels off. The field files down that front straight, waiting for that signal. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. And they're wrecking again. There's another big wreck. This time they don't even make it one lap. The 71 of Mike Campbell's been collected. You had your eye on that 19 since the green flag, and you saw that Jake Millsap just did not get moving at all. Millsap had missed the start. He spun the wheels. Something happened to the 1-9. Stan Carnathan's been involved. Let's see what happened to Jake Millsap. It just sounded like he just didn't move. Well, and the one truck also just got a great jump. Credit to Shad Swatsworth. He just launched off of that outside row, got right in front of the 19. Now you're going to see the 71 truck of Mike Campbell. He's on the outside now of the 19. They're going to make some contact into 3, and there's a little bit of a push from Byron Jones in the 2-4. Let's see where Millsap gets involved in this one. Contact from the 2 possibly gets into the 43 and the 71, and it was all over from there. The 22 of Josh Arnold's been involved. Terry Radford just sneaks through. Let's have a look from Stan Carnathan's point of view, because this wasn't any good for Stan. He had almost escaped this one. Here's the contact from the 19. Look at that 18 truck just making it through. The 37 of Jeff Lednum gets collected in the Duluth trading truck. Carnathan comes down to a crawl. How about one look at the 71 of Mike Campbell? There goes the 22. Just got turned around. Campbell looking like a lawn dart and just getting that pointy end of his truck pushed back in. Fan the Old saying those trucks are a tough push in the corner. You better believe it. It's so hard to draft, and we're learning a lot tonight despite all the fun we're having here. I want to have one look here because this is just a work of art from the 18 truck sneaking his way through. A little bit of contact, but the Spider-Man helmeted pilot makes it through, and Kurt Swatsworth earns his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream.
Good on you. So look who's leading now, or at least being scored as the race leader. Terry Radford in the number 3 Lowe's Chevrolet with Josh Arnold behind him. Let's see if we can bother Terry for a word. Terry Radford, Rick James, you got me, buddy.
What's up, man?
You're leading this race in that number 3 Lowe's Chevrolet. You just barely avoided getting caught up in another scrap, but here you are 25 laps in at the front. Can you stay there?
Man, I hope so. It kind of got adopted by the J-Paw militia tonight, and means a lot for them to trust me to be out there, but I'm listening to you in my ear while I do this race. I'm taking pointers of broadcast, and I heard the Great Atlanta Racing say that we needed to get me, you, Pete, and him in the booth together. And man, I've been calling for that for a long time, and I think that'd be super cool. So Atlanta, if you're out there still watching, I think we can get this going, but I'm going to win this race.
Still a long way to go. More than 45 laps remaining in tonight's festivities. Who's your best drafting partner tonight?
Well, so far it's been the 22. He's been consistent in that Xfinity car. I noticed that my truck's able to handle better through the center of the corner, and I don't have to lift. Like, even when I get a big run, there's such a big bubble of air between me and the Xfinity cars that I can give them a shot without touching them. So I think the 22, but you know, right now you got the 38 and everybody behind me. I think that's going to be a big key, is can that Xfinity car push me on the bottom and keep me in this lead?
There's only one thing left to do, buddy. You got to keep the shiny side up, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this race. Best of luck, Terry.
So yeah, stop commentating cursing me, Atlanta. Don't get me wrecked again.
We'll stop talking about you. Your Mama Vols might have a problem. Bama Trama, we love you. But
let's not commentate curse me here.
Let's not curse you, buddy. All right, man. Best of luck.
Love
have
you,
fun tonight.
Love you, man.
Love you too, buddy. Best of luck. Fans in the Bama Trama cheering on Terry Radford. Gotta love Mama Vol. She comes through for every single broadcast, and when her son is racing, of course you expect her to be his biggest cheerleader, but it's a lot of fun, and it does warm the cockles of your heart. Big Papa Bear in the chat says, drivers are saying even though they're having a few cautions, they're having a blast with these trucks and cars on track. I'm having a blast too, and I hope everybody watching is having a good time. The lights are out on top of the pace car, and we're going to get these trucks racing again. Terry Radford and Josh Arnold on the front row. Jose Ruiz up to the podium positions for the first time today, the number 25. Zippo Chevy sitting in third. Wisconsin's Matt Boone, one of our top 3 in the Xfinity points this second season, rolling in fourth. Welcome back from space, Braden Holt, who got launched into the air a la Cale Yarborough during not this most recent caution, but caution number 4. He's to the inside of Cole Snyder in that 2-4 car. Still fresh off his new dad powers, Shad Swatsworth became a father just a few weeks ago, and he's still looking to win his first race for his brand new baby girl. Best of luck to Shad. He's on the outside of Zach Meredith in the National Guard car. Pace car peels off, and we're getting ready to go racing one more time. It's Terry Radford in the number 3 truck. He's going to be starting to the inside of Josh Arnold. 26 laps will be complete, and this di9 Designs restart is going to get us going one more time. Who is going to get the jump? Green flag is out, and it's Terry Radford who gets a great jump down the front straight. First lap complete, and in a dead heat, it's Braden Holt who leads them across the line. Cole Snyder offering support in the 2-4 with Josh Arnold sitting in third. First truck being scored right now is the 1 truck of Shad Swatsworth. That's Byron Jones in the 2-4. They're 3 wide for the 7th position behind them. And there is Zach Meredith in the vacuum hole. Meredith in the 17 to the outside of Radford in the 3. Jones in the 2-4. Everybody fanning out, looking for some drafting help, and these trucks punch such a big hole in the air. Matt Boone taking advantage, and he's right up the back bumper of truck number 1, Shad Swatsworth. Bama Trama with her popcorn in the chat. She's having a good time. 28 laps now complete. Jose Ruiz in the 7th position. He's up 15 places from where he started. Finally, some organization, 2x2, several rows deep, starting to get pinched up at the top. Terry Radford with the gap on the high side, trying to fill that gap in. The 2-4 of Cole Snyder being scored as the 20 car. He's sitting behind that 7-2 of Braden Holt. And you can see that 1 truck just powerful on the outside. Shad Swatsworth got a great run on the restart. Now he's trying to side draft off of that 2-4. They're getting just a bit tighter now as the laps continue to tick through. 29 laps now complete, and 51 circuits remain at Talladega. Starting to get just a bit closer now. The 2-4 of Cole Snyder looking to the inside of the 7-2 Braden Holt. Will he get the advantage? The 17 of Zach Meredith pressing in just a bit closer now. Everybody dealing with the bumps of Talladega, and the 2 9s are nose to tail. Josh Franks in the 9 was nose to tail with Enrique Quinones in the 9 Michelob Chevy. Bits of bangs and scrapes. The 17 of Zach Meredith going way to the high side, and it looks like Zach might be just pulling out of this calamity for a bit, possibly to catch his breath. And at the front, it's now Braden Holt with the undisputed lead. Car 7-2 leads car 2-4 down the front straight. 50 laps to go. Jeff No sitting just on the fringes of the top 10 in his number 2 Miller Lite Ford. Let's ride around for a lap with Jeff No. A big checkup by Jeff No into that first corner. He's got the 2.7 Skyline chili truck of Rocky Top Sam Wade behind him. That Chevy Silverado sits ahead of the 2.1 Quick Lane F-150. Chris Murphy trying to make his way through this field, and defending champion Jordan Bain in the chat with a yo, yo, yo. What's going on, Jordan Bain? Glad to have you here. You're looking at these 3 Xfinity cars starting to peel away from the rest of the field, but Wisconsin's Matt Boone looking to reel them back, and Shad Swadsworth, who's been the darling of the truck class, fighting off the 2.4 of Byron Jones. 32 laps now complete at Talladega. Let's bring in Jordan Bain for his opinion on this race so far. I want to see how he's enjoying this one. Jordan Bain, Rick James up top. You got me, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Jordan Bain, welcome to the booth, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, defending champion from season 1, and most recently, still the champion of Turn Down for What Xfinity, Jordan Bain in the house. Bainer, welcome to the booth. Talk about a crazy race so far.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I just hopped over from a race I had that finished up. Wanted to catch at least the second half of this race, so I see we still got about 47 left. But what's going on, man? We got trucks and Xfinity cars out here. What is this madness?
I'm saying, man, multi-class racing. Matt Boone's leading this one. He's got Jose Ruiz sitting in that second position on the high side. A great idea, a little bit caution-filled, but still so much fun to watch. And I was just talking with Shad Swadsworth during that last caution. He said that he was just as surprised as I was that these trucks are doing so well. They're able to keep the speed.
Yeah, so what's the deal? Are the trucks racing the trucks, or, you know, or are we all just going for it here?
Well, it is multi-class racing, so the trucks are racing the trucks, and the Xfinity cars are racing those Xfinity cars. But there's a shot that a truck could get the overall class win, and that would be something special here. To the inside, Braden Holt goes to Matt Boone. 34 laps now complete at Talladega, and that's going to leave us with 46 remaining. Jordan, who do you think has a chance to win this race? I know it's a plate track, and I know it's mostly a crapshoot, but that one truck is really getting my attention.
Yeah, you know, I just hopped in, so do they have fast repairs, or are we fast repairs? What's the deal here?
Let's bring up those di9 Designs track facts, because even I forgot. They've got one fast repair, 4 sets of tires tonight, and if the fuel goes the full run, which it hasn't yet, 4 wide through the second corner with Matt Boone getting to that middle lane, and just a little bit more breath left, but not much. 80 laps, the full distance here, but with only one fast repair, there's been 4 or 5 cautions out here, Bainer, and some of these guys have had to use it, so they have to drive a bit more carefully now.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to go with the real underdog here. I'm going to say that they're going to wad it up on the last lap, and Stan Carnathan in the 43 B-Water truck is going to come out on the other end, going to get it back to the checkered flag. He's your winner. Nobody even has to watch anymore, Pete, except to hear the sound of your beautiful voice. And by Pete, I meant Rick.
No, that's that. You know what? I'm honored that I would be confused with a broadcaster far greater than I. But Jordan, I'm going to let you get back to your friends over there in the chat. But thanks for coming through, buddy. Enjoy the rest of this show.
You got it, man. Hey, have fun.
36 laps now complete of the scheduled 80. If you've recently just tuned in, you're watching the three wide fight for the 13th position. Nate Lehman in the noble Winston Ford to the inside of Stan Carnathan in the number 4-3 B-Water Chevrolet. Defending champion Jordan Bain picking Stan to get the overall win today, but he's got a little bit of work to do because all the way past these cars is Rhineland, Wisconsin's Matt Boone, who's got help from Josh Arnold behind him, but here comes Braden Holt. He's already had to use one fast repair tonight, so Braden could be on his last legs if he gets involved with another accident. Brave Braden Holt up to the second position, pushing along Matt Boone. 37 laps into this race. This is the longest green flag run we've had tonight, and that fuel mileage may come into play. Look at the 2.4 of Cole Snyder getting high, almost up into the 3.8 car. They're starting to get spicy, dicey. Will they survive? 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Let's ride along with Nate Lehman and watch all of this 3 wide madness. Lehman in the 12th position. Josh Arnold leading this race by 2 100ths into that third corner. Matt Boone on the high side. He now has Jeff No in the number 2 Miller Lite Ford offering assistance. And then another beer-themed vehicle, the number 9 Michelob Ultra car. Enrique Quiñones third on the high side. 2-2 in the lead with the 7-2 behind him, and the 2-4 of Cole Snyder third on that inside line with the 1 truck of Shad Swatsworth in fourth. Matt Boone getting a bit close to that inside lane, but he goes back high. That 2-7 Skyline Chili Chevrolet Silverado Sam Wade has been making waves, now sitting ahead of the 4-3 of Stan Carnathan. Drivers now content to ride around and doing a beautiful job into this third corner, but can you hear the Jaws music? As our good friend Ray Pete would say, it is a hornet's nest in this third and fourth corner, and only time will tell. But this isn't the only action happening on track. If you look further back, you've got Mike Allen in that number 8-8 drafting with Kurt Swatsworth in the 18, and you've got Season 2 runner-up Hunter Peach leading this 3-car tandem. Cindy Thompson in the chat says, "Go Joshua, number 22," cheering for J. Paul Arnold. There's the race leader to the inside of Matt Boone, and they're about to catch this 3-car pack, if you will, streak, whatever you want to call it, of race cars just up ahead. And Tree Wade in the chat says, "Love that 2-7," talking about Samuel Wade in the Skyline Chili Silverado that goes to the high side now behind the 1-7 of Zach Meredith. Possibly Wade looking for a new drafting partner, and the 14 of Nate Lehman may take notice. Papa Bear Campbell in the number 7-1 Alpha 1 Silverado. Slow off that fourth corner, but he's going to rejoin the racing surface in his Ford F-150. He'll get back up there, I'm sure. At the front, Josh Arnold now passing Hunter Peach, Kurt Swatsworth, and the 8-8 of Mike Allen on the outside. And look at the trucks that are starting to get in formation. You've got 3 trucks nose to tail with the 4-3 of Stan Carnathan on the outside with the Camping World banner on his windshield. Josh Arnold still leads. Cindy Thompson watching her favorite driver on the inside of Matt Boone. 42 laps will be completed this time by These drivers not pitting since lap 20, 23, and 24, respectively. Race leader Josh Arnold hasn't pitted since lap 16. Where will these drivers end up? According to the di9 Design Track Facts, drivers will be able to go between 30 and 40 laps on one tank of fuel. Will they be saved by the caution? Jeff No in that number 2 car. Now behind the 3.8 of Matt Boone, you can see cars dicing, looking for that draft partner. Quinones in that 9 car, weaving left and right, trying to find some escape out of the outside lane. Sugar Hands Franks in the number 9 Napa Chevrolet jumps to the outside. Joshua Franks, to you, catches the wake of the 2.7 Skyline Chili Chevy. Franks currently running in lucky number 13th place. Wisconsin's Matt Boone still leading with Braden Holt third in line. Jeff No jumps to the outside, and possibly Jeff looking for a different draft partner or some fresh air that he can call his own, possibly take a breath from all this extreme drafting that they're having up front. At the back of this pack, you see the 1.4 of Nate Lehman in that Noble Winston Ford. He's on the tail end of that inside line, and it looks like the outside line now starting to run out of participants. Enrique Quinones in the 9, Stan Carnathan in the 43, Zach Meredith in the 1.7. The only drivers on that outside line, as it looks like drivers may be lining up some sort of draft strategy. Matt Boone, Josh Arnold, and Braden Holt are your top 3 Chevy, Ford, Chevy with 36 laps to go. Jeff Lednam drafting with the 1.9 of Jake Millsap. Lednam finds himself in the 17th position, Millsap in the 16th position. Then you've got Terry Radford, who's running in 21st. Radford finds himself a lap off the pace. Still plenty of time for these drivers to get back into the thick of it. Radford finding himself 18 seconds behind the 8.8 of Mike Allen. Allen's drafting with Kurt Swatsworth in the 19th position, and then there's Hunter Peach, who's leading this way here. Jeff Lednam 35 seconds ahead of these drivers, now looking to get on the outside of Jake Millsap, but possibly opening the door for Terry Radford, and he has. The Lowe's Chevrolet goes to the inside, and although not for position, it goes to show that 3 truck is still competitive, and at the front, we may have a change for the lead. 23 is the number he's being scored by, but there's a big blue 9 on the side, and there's contact from the 43 of Carnathan, and he telegraphed that bump right there just as we break out to the move for the lead. Stan Carnathan bump drafting the 9 of Enrique Quinones, and caution number 6 flies over the Talladega Superspeedway. Let's have a look. Oh, and they're already wrecking here. Already wrecking. Let's go back and see if we can find where Stan Carnathan kind of just gently encouraged the 9. There it is right there. And you'd like to think that the 4.3 could have just lifted a bit and given the 9 that room. He had a great run. Let's have a look. A closer look, if we will, on the fender. Carnathan not bump drafting the 9 just yet, but you'll see on this angle, Carnathan, not sure if he had time to check up. Have a listen. And that story tells it all. Check out Shad Swatsworth's point of view now. Oh, he just slams that 2-4, gets right into him. Shad almost got through that one. And the pictures really just say everything there. So the 9 car getting involved in that one, 48 laps underway. Shad Swatsworth, who just barely made it through, now being scored as the race leader. Chris Murphy up 20 places from where he started this race. Stan Carnathan just getting a bit too eager to pass the 9. I'm not sure if he had just enough time to check up or what happened there. Josh Franks, the other 9, he's going to be in the top 10, but Enrique Quiñones now down to the 21st position. He'll probably need to wait for his repairs to come through. At the front, however, Shad Swatsworth continues to lead this race, slowly approaching 30 laps remaining. Fans at home are going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the remainder and the final 31 laps of the di9 designs. Turn down for what? All-star race. Stretch your legs, grab a snack, grab a drink. I will see you back in 2 minutes. Don't go far. The lights go dark atop the iRacing pace car, which means we're going to restart with 31 laps remaining. And for the first time tonight, it is a truck lockout of the front row. If you came in a little bit late, it's trucks versus Xfinity cars tonight. Multi-class racing. We're going to have 2 class winners. And nobody thought when they came up with this idea that a truck just might be the overall winner tonight. Well, look what we have here. Shad Swatsworth and Byron Jones on the front row. You've got Jose Ruiz in the number 25. Zippo Chevrolet sitting in third. 4 trucks in the top 5 with Shad Swatsworth about to take the green. 31 circuits remaining, waiting eagerly for that signal. The 1 gets the jump. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Amazing jump from the 2-4. Byron Jones just sailing around the 1, and Swatsworth did not get moving. That restart very lackluster for new father Shad Swatsworth. Adeline hoping he can do a bit better. We were talking to him in practice earlier. He's got to do better for his new girl, and he's trying with all he's got, but he has been the darling of the truck class, and with 30 laps to go, there's going to be plenty of room for him to get back up there if he can save it, and he does. He just skated through that accident. The 2-4 of Cole Snyder still spinning along. Jeff Lednum leading in that 3-7 Duluth truck. Jose Ruiz in second place. Then Byron Jones to the inside with the 2-1 of Chris Murphy sitting second on that inside line. 4 trucks in the top 5. 3 trucks in the top 5. Mike Allen running in 18th, 1 lap down, trying to fight for his own lap back. The resilience from this 88 pilot is unbelievable. 30 laps to go. Cars on the high side now trying to avoid that wall. Meanwhile, Allen to the inside. 3rd truck in line. Mike Allen now behind the 38 of Matt Boone. On that outside line with the 2-4 of Cole Snyder getting pushed by Chris Murphy in the 2-1. Bama Trama in the chat says, let's go Terry. Duct Tape Fan 06 cheering for Jake Millsap. Alpha York, it has been my pleasure to be turned down for what, and I'm so excited to do Season 3 coming up February 15. Jeff No, new leader in car number 2. He brings the Miller Lite Ford to the front. That shiny, squeaky clean Mustang being pushed along by the Coca-Cola Camaro of Matt Boone. And those 2 cars just peeled away with it. But let's see if Byron Jones can catch that draft. They're going to funnel out of this 4th corner with a big bullseye on the back of that red and gold number 38. Getting dicey behind these 2 cars. Close contact brought out the last caution between Stan Carnathan and Enrique Quinones. 16 trucks still on the lead lap with Shad Swatsworth draftless, now on the back, praying for a caution now, exiting turn number 4 and hoping that the yellow saves him. Let's see, lest we miss some action at the front as Braden Holt now goes on the outside of Jeff No to be new leader into 3. Just want to see what happened to the 1 of Shad Swatsworth because he just did not get going. Have a listen to Swatsworth here. Sounds fine like he's on it. Now watch this next lap. We're going to speed up here. And Shad just had made contact with that 2-4. Have a look. Oh, just barely made it through. Just unbelievable stuff. And that's why Shad Swatsworth finds himself by his lonesome in the 16th position. Meanwhile, the leaders entering turn 3 with Jeff No taking the lead from Braden Holt, and he's the undisputed leader once again. It'll be 26 laps to go, this time by Stan the iRacer with a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers emoji in the chat. Stan, welcome to the show. You tuned in at a fantastic time, my friend. 25 to go, this time by in this multi-class event. Trucks and Xfinity cars sharing the racetrack at the same time. This has been such a thrill to call, and there's still 25 and a half laps of racing to go. Jeff No started this race in the 23rd position. He's up 22 places from where he started, and he's found a great draft partner in Matt Boone. Matt Boone taking us to the 24 laps to go mark. Car 3-8. Now leading this race, Matt Boone coming third in the di9 Designs Xfinity points for Season 2, looking to redeem himself just a bit with a win in the All-Star race. Braden Holt now on the outside, getting a great push from J-Paw in that number 72 car to the lead. Can he go to the inside line? He will leave the 2-2 for dead. Now he's going to get a big push from car 3-8 in that third corner. Josh Arnold on the outside, still with momentum. He's got Jake Millsap behind him in the 19. Millsap has made his way back up to the field. He's got Kurt Swatsworth behind him in the 18 truck. Kurt being scored in the 16th position. The first truck one lap down. He could get his lap back if a yellow happens to come out. Braden Holt leaves a little bit of daylight for Matt Boone, and he peeks to the inside. Cars maintaining their gaps now. They need to be extremely careful about the next move they make. One more wreck could be their last. A lot of these drivers have already run through their fast repairs, and they will need them inside the final 20. Getting close, starting to dice. Matt Boone, is he keeping control of his race car? J-Paw Arnold right to the door of car 38. The 9 and the 18 getting close together. That's Sugarhand Franks in the Napa Chevrolet behind the Alpha 1 Star Spangled Chevrolet, the 18 of Kurt Swatsworth. Third on the outside line. 3 wide for the lead as Josh Arnold goes to the inside line. He thinks better of it and lets Braden Holt lead the procession through 1. Fenn the Old enjoying the racing as well. Gotta give it up to Fenn the Old. Right now, it is, I believe, just about 2 a.m. GMT. That's Greenwich Mean Time or UTC or whatever. I don't know. Fenn, you tell me. What time zone are you folks using right now? But it is just almost 2 in the morning over at his house, and he's tuned into Rick James TV, so you can stay up to, he said 4 a.m. You know what? There goes my math. I can't math. It is a 5-hour difference from here all the way to the UKI, and it's 4 a.m. for Fenn the Old. So if he can stay up at 4 and watch the end of this race, you can too. It'll be 20 laps to go next time by, starting to dice and slice. Hopefully, nobody ends up chopped at the end of this race. There you see the 9 of Sugar Hands Franks pushing the 3-8 of Matt Boone down the back straight. Everyone finding one last dance partner before the lights go out. And it's time to say goodnight. Josh Arnold on the inside line, with big help from the 7-2 of Braden Holt. Then you've got Jeff Noe in the number 2 Miller Lite Ford, not falling off the pace, but maintaining the gap between himself and the 7-2 of Braden Holt. Jake Millsap in the State Farm car, trying to find moves around the Napa Chevrolet. Jose Ruiz watching it all unfold from the safety of his cockpit. The 25 of Jose Ruiz sitting behind, watching all of this unfold as Josh Arnold continues to share the lead bit by bit. Hunter Peach in the 2.6 Supra, moving to the high side, removing himself from the situation. And he's going to watch the cavalry just tear past on the inside. Hopefully they all avoid him. Everybody ducking down to that inside line, and they will avoid Hunter Peach in the 2-6. Josh Arnold side by side with Matt Boone with 18 circuits remaining. Boone just edging Arnold across the line by half a car length. And they're getting tighter still. The 2-4 of Cole Snyder stays high and out of the way despite having no bumper. Heads up to Cole Snyder for getting out of the way in that bowling theme. Number 24, the 3-8 of Boone, the undisputed leader with J. Paul Arnold behind him. Braden Holt in third, Jake Millsap in fourth, and the number 2 of Jeff No fifth in line, up 18 places from where he started. Highest ranked truck as it stands is Sugar Hands Frank's, but that's just gone to Byron Jones in the 2-4. Again, we will have 2 winners tonight. 1 winner in the Xfinity cars, 1 winner in the trucks. And right now, Byron Jones has the advantage by not even one truck length over the 2-1 of Chris Murphy. The quick lane Ford F-150 sits ahead of the 3-7 of Jeff Lednum. All of these trucks fighting for position, and Sugar Hands Frank's now getting left out to dry on the high side. Braden Holt looking for fresh air in that 7-2, but he wisely decides to dip back to the inside line. 12 cars remain on the lead lap. The 2-1 truck of Chris Murphy goes to the apron. Everybody behind him has to check up. Fanning out. Murphy, will he lose the draft from the 24? The 37 getting impatient. Here comes the 2-7 Skyline Chili truck. That's Rocky Top Wade. He's got the 9 of Josh Franks behind him. The 2-1 regains his bearings, and now he's got to climb back through that draft up to the 2-4 of Byron Jones. They've got to hook up fast if they intend on getting back to these leaders. It will be 15 laps to go next time by. For those of you that have just tuned in, I'm Rick James. You're looking at Matt Boone leading Josh Arnold with 15 circuits remaining from the Talladega Superspeedway. Zach Meredith in that number 17 National Guard car. He's up to 13th. He finds himself on the lead lap now, coming up behind the 1-4 of Nate Lehman. The No Bull Winston machine on the back end of the top dozen, trying to get into the top 10. The 88 truck of Mike Allen sitting in 15th, 1 lap down. Mike, everybody's thinking about you, my friend. Mike's going through a little procedure tomorrow, and we're going to see him back very, very soon. But if you could keep Mike in your thoughts, he would appreciate it. The whole family would appreciate it as well. Tonight we're celebrating Mike, and we're celebrating the 7-1 of Mike Campbell. 2 very, very special individuals in Turn Down for What. Lucky number 13 laps to go this time by, and it's been a single file line dance for the last few laps, but drivers are starting to find out they can no longer sustain this draft model. You can see them snake down the backstretch, and there goes Jose Ruiz, first to jump to the outside. He's got Jeff Lednam with him in the 3-7. Kurt Swatsworth joins the party in the 1-8. One-handed Barron cheering along Mike Allen as well. Glad to have you here, Barron. Jose Ruiz using the side draft to climb through the field, now trying to get around Byron Jones, and he has cleared him on the outside. Jeff No is next. He's going to get a pull from Jeff No, and he's almost going to be able to sneak right in front of that 2-4. Ruiz stays on the high side. Will he get behind No, who's blinking? Ruiz has to check up. Just a great reaction to avoid contact, but Ruiz still making it happen on the high side, just effortlessly drafting off of that 2 car, and here he goes side drafting, using that air to single-handedly climb into the top 5. Masterful driving from Jose Ruiz in the 25 car. Look at him attack the outside. The leaders don't see him coming. 13 laps to go becomes the final dirty dozen at Talladega. Can Ruiz mount a single-handed comeback to win the All-Star race? Matt Boone, he's been leading for ages. Josh Arnold has spent the majority of this race behind that 3-8 car. Arnold should have learned something by now. He's going to have to put it to good use if he intends on winning this all-star race. In the truck division, Byron Jones, so far the highest ranked pickup. He sits ahead of the 2-1 of Chris Murphy. Then you've got the Skyline Chili Chevrolet of Sam Wade. He's sitting in the 9th position, 3rd in the truck class. Dirty dozen. The final 11. Matt Boone, Josh Arnold, Braden Holt, your top 3. Braden Holt lagging back, leaving some space between himself and the 2-2, forcing Jake Millsap to kind of hit that apron. Millsap not afraid to get down onto that yellow line, and you can see it there. Millsap looking for clean air. The 2-5 of Ruiz now making contact with the 19 of Jake Millsap. Zach Meredith latches onto the draft of car 2-5. Ruiz still side drafting his way single-handedly up the top 5. Some very Earnhardt-like moves to make his own fortune in this all-star race. And the lapped truck up ahead, the number 1 of new father, Shad Swatsworth. He's being cheered on at home by the new Mama Swatsworth and newborn girl Adeline. Shout out and congratulations to the Swatsworth family once again. Drivers coming in: Byron Jones, Chris Murphy, Josh Franks, Jeff Ledna, Mike Allen, all down pit road. Matt Boone, Josh Arnold, Braden Holt. Matter of fact, all of the top 9 who have not come down pit road haven't pitted since lap 47 or 48. According to the track facts, drivers will be able to go between 30 and 40 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Do they have enough? It'll be 9 at the line. .38 of Matt Boone, still ahead of Josh Arnold. Everything starting to wind down just a bit closer now. The 37 of Jeff Ledna kindly removes himself from the situation. Jose Ruiz now being scored in 3rd. Again, Ruiz single-handedly side drafting his way up through this field in that Zippo car. This has been masterful work from car 25. Matt Boone leads, Josh Arnold in 2nd. Back to the truck division. Sam Wade in the 2-7, just coming out of pit road. He is the highest ranked truck thus far. Then is Byron Jones, who's so much further behind Wade. Jones moving at a much faster pace. There's Wade just regaining control of his truck on the racing surface. Hopefully he'll be able to draft with Hunter Peach in the 2-6 and Cole Snyder in the 2-4. They'll have to pick him up. Fen the Old cheering one bit, cheering along Mike Allen. Appreciate you, Fen. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Bids, chats, everybody who's been a part of this show, even if you've just come along for the final 7 and some laps. Get ready for this, because the All-Star race is coming down to it, and it's coming down to pit stops. Here comes the J. Paul Militia, coming to 7 laps to go. Drivers squealing their tires on in. That looked like the 38 car, or somebody that had squeezed it. That was Millsap, who had gotten smoke coming off those rear tires, and now it's really on, because do these drivers have enough gas? Jose Ruiz last pitting on lap 47. The only drivers who have yet to pit on this most recent cycle, all of the top 4. Matt Boone, Jose Ruiz, Jeff No, Nate Lehman in the 14 who's caught the tail end of this field. Mike Allen sitting between these drivers in the number 88. Rocking in the 16th position, Shad Swatsworth in 17th, 1 lap off his pace. Here come the leaders. There goes Matt Boone, followed by Jose Ruiz coming down pit road. Will he get it slowed down enough? These guys really flying down pit road. Nate Lehman now being scored as the new leader who last pitted on lap 48. Here comes Jeff Lednam. All the way around him is Nate saving fuel. Sounds like he's full throttle, but he has no draft to speak of. It'll be 5 laps to go, and Nate Lehman starting to extend that gap. Matt Boone, he's down, he's away. Same with Jose Ruiz, same with Jeff No, who's missed it. He's backed up. Jeff No now coming to a halt. Jose Ruiz out behind Matt Boone. These two going to draft together. Nate Lehman now entering turn 3 by his lonesome. There's Josh Arnold in 4th with help from Zach Meredith in 5th. They're chasing down Boone and Ruiz, who are just exiting pit road now. Will they be able to latch onto the draft? It will be 5 laps to go the next time Nate Lehman comes across the line. There's Boone in the 38. Here comes Arnold in the 22. Caution's out. The 7th caution is out with fewer than 5 laps to go. Sam Wade, Kurt Swatsworth come together, and the caution flag is out with fewer than 5 laps remaining. And the only driver who did not pit, car 14, Nate Lehman, burned by the yellow. Matt Boone in 2nd place with fresh tires and fuel will have Jose Ruiz right to his outside, who has done nothing but use that outside draft to make his way up to the top 3. Let's see what brought out the 7th yellow flag of the night. Who was this? This was Sam Wade and Kurt Swatsworth, and there they've already gone around. Let's have a look. They've already wrecked at this point. So this is turn 3 previously. That's Hunter Peach on the outside. Sam Wade in the 2.7 on the inside of Kurt Swatsworth, getting a big push from the 9. And these are 3 trucks who are in contention for the truck class win. We know Sam Wade was in contention for this as Atlanta Racing puts in a subscription. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Send my love to the family. There's Sam Wade all over the back end of the 18 truck. Wade right to the inside, and then he just seemingly decks that 18. What in the world could have gone on there? Right along with Sam Wade, have a listen here. And just watch Sam Wade's hands as he gets under the 18 truck headed into turn 1. Let's see how Cole Snyder saw this accident. Nerves of steel. He barely lifted on the way through, and Cole Snyder squeezes through that wreck. Car 24, Cole Snyder, he earns his own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Great last little plaudits for Cole there. So Nate Lehman still being scored as the race leader. I can't believe Nate Lehman might try to go the distance on this one, given the fact that he's got somewhat ill internet. The 14 car with some heavy blinking at the moment. Mississippi's Josh Arnold sits in the second position. Matt Boone back to 7th. We'll still see who has to pit and who doesn't. Cars getting their wave arounds now, where it looks like we might go green next time by for a 2-lap shootout to the finish. Fans at home, we're going to take our final. Well, it looks like actually we don't have, for some reason, we don't have time for a break. That's kind of peculiar. Pre-rolls are still on for 2 minutes. But if we get a chance, we'll take a 30-second break just to guarantee that we're ad-free to the end of the run. It's been a thrilling race thus far. Fans, at the end of the night, we're going to have our Xfinity winner and our truck class winner in tonight's race. It's going to be a thrilling all-star event. The lights indeed do go out on the pace car, and you can see the severe blinking from car 14, Nate Lehman. Is that going to hinder who drafts with him? It has to. You'd think it would have to. Josh Arnold and Nate Lehman will still comprise this front row when we go racing with 2 laps left. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back for our first green-white checkered attempt in the di9 Designs All-Star. So here we go. All bets are closed. The 2-2 and the 1-4. Josh Arnold on the outside. Nate Lehman on the inside. Getting ready to go. 2 more laps. For some reason, Jake Millsap's being scored as the race leader, but that can't be right. We're going to see who gets the jump. 2 laps to go at Talladega, and the caution comes back out. There's the 19 of Millsap motionless, and they did indeed wave off the yellow. Lehman still with those blinking issues. There's Braden Holt. He'll be restarting on the outside of row number 2. Jake Millsap motionless in the number 19 State Farm Chevrolet. Not sure what's going on with the 19. Looks like the lights just went out on the pace car, though. Unless the pace car is still coming out onto the racing surface. Peculiar here, but we're going to get all this taken care of. We're going to get it all sorted in just a moment. And we're going to have our 2-lap shootout to the finish. So the lights are out on top of the pace car, so we're going to try and get it moving this time by. Everybody getting in 2x2 formation. Josh Arnold and Nate Lehman on the front row, but honestly, my concern right now is with that 14. Lehman blinking violently down the back straight. Jake Millsap still motionless on the inside of turn number 4 for some inexplicable reason. Not sure if Millsap's going to be scored as the leader or what have you, but Nate Lehman with his chronic internet issues hopefully doesn't affect the end of this race. There's Millsap, gets it moving one more time, so it looks like Millsap was just waiting for all of this to sort out. Jake Millsap now getting going. He's possibly going to start at the end of this one. Pace car is going to peel off, and we are going to go racing this time by Nate Lehman, Josh Arnold, 1-2 to settle it in a 5.2-mile shootout to win the di9 designed Xfinity All-Star race. And I gotta stop calling it Xfinity because there's trucks in this too. The trucks are also racing for a win. And the green flag does come out. 2 laps to go. Cars getting into their specific lines. Josh Arnold on the outside. There goes Hunter Peach. He jumps to the top line. It's Nate Lehman who's leading this race, but he continues to have the chronic internet issues. Meredith tries to get out from Nate Lehman's shadow. Lehman jumps to the top side. So far, no internet blinking for Lehman, who's gone back down to third. The inside line's not moving. White flag this time by. Josh Arnold has the lead. Nate Lehman holding up Matt Boone and company behind him. The 22, will he sneak down in front of that 14? Lehman with the blink again. Matt Boone behind him, third in line. White flag is out this time by the leader in the truck class, the 2-4 of Byron Jones. Middle lane behind the 72 of Braden Holt. 2.67 miles to go, and it's a race no matter what. Josh Arnold leading the J-Paw Militia in the 2-2 Ford on the inside line. 3 wide for the third position. There goes the 38 of Matt Boone to the inside. The 2-4 of Byron Jones trying to push the 7-2 of Braden Holt to the front. 3 wide for the top spot at Talladega. Half a lap to go. Braden Holt on the inside gets just ahead of the 2-2 of Josh Arnold, and they've lost it there. Great slingshot around the outside from Braden Holt, wrecking out of turn number 4. Trucks have gone around. Braden Holt leading. Byron Jones trying to get the overall win on the outside, drafting to the outside of the 7-2. Here comes Arnold in the 2-2. It'll be a drag race to the line on the outside to win the All-Star. It's going to be the 2-4. Byron Jones gets the win at Talladega. Have you ever, in a multi-class race, Byron Jones gets the overall win on a last lap, last corner pass? Byron Jones gets the W over Braden Holt. What a final lap that was, and a great move to win that race. Fantastic move to win the race. The number 2-4 TJ's team, Silverado, gets a bump of congratulations from Matt Boone in the 38 car. Rock NASCAR putting in his congratulations emojis. Cindy Thompson cheering for her son, number 22, Josh Arnold, who led on that last lap, but alas, comes home in the 4th position. Byron Jones winning the overall All-Star victory and winning the truck class. Braden Holt gets the W in the Xfinity class. What a finish. Let's go back and watch that final lap. Byron Jones gonna burn the house down. Braden Holt going to join him. Just a sensational finish and a great celebration for the league. Great celebration for some of our favorite members in Mike Allen and Mike Campbell. Let's go back to that white flag. That was intense. Josh Arnold leading in the 2-2 when the white flag flies. Stan the iRacer with 24 bits. XRN Network cheering in 24 bits. Fen the Old cheering a bit for the 2-4. And watch this slingshot. The 7-2 of Braden Holt just being urged, willed to the front by the 2-4. There goes the 9 of Josh Franks. Almost gets around the 22 on the back straight. Does clear him into 3. And then watch this move from Byron Jones in the 24. He timed it absolutely perfect. The 2-4 of Josh Arnold trying to push that 7-2 to the overall win. What an unbelievable finish. White Walker 86 puts in 24 bits. A bit of a dual burnout from the 7-2 and the 2-4. Celebrations abound and a thrilling race nonetheless. Fans at home, we're going to talk to our 2 class winners, Byron Jones and Braden Holt. We're also going to bring Jeff Noe and Josh Arnold here. Stick around. We're going to catch our breath. That was brilliant. Now on the podium with our top 4 finishers, starting with our 4th place driver leading at the white flag, Josh Arnold, driving that 2-2 Southern Beverage Ford. Man, you had this race in the bag until that slingshot was a brilliant move on the outside. Josh Arnold, Rick James, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, Rick.
Hey, buddy, great race leading at the white flag. The slingshot at the end, super powerful move to win, but it was a fun race nonetheless.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a fun. Once you got past the cautions, we really had some fun out there. The rest of us were talking. I mean, it's slingshot, everybody going for the same spot. I mean, so that's going to have some cautions, but very, very fun race out there. Glad to bring it home in the top 3 of the Xfinity side.
Brilliant job. Let's talk to our runner-up in the Xfinity side, driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Ford, Jeff Noe. Where did you come from, sir? Starting in the 23rd position, you bring home a bronze medal and 2nd in the Xfinity class. What a drive.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. I mean, honestly, I don't think I really brought it from anywhere. I just finally got to finish a race. This is, I've kept tally. This is 17 races I've ran in different leagues. This is the 4th race that I've got to finish, under full power. And, those 4 finishes this is my best one now, a 3rd. I've got a 6th, a 10th, and the 12th. So just got to stay out of trouble. And it worked out tonight. I thought I had it, dude. I was like, man, I think I won the race. And then looked at the results and saw it was by, I don't know, thousandth of a second or something, or 100th of a second. But just to be able to race the entire race and kind of hop lines, it was really fun racing with Xfinity and trucks. And I was kind of skeptical at first, dude, but that was a blast. So congrats to Byron winning the truck prize and Braden winning the Xfinity prize.
Congratulations on that runner-up finish. Let's talk to our Xfinity class winner, Braden Holt in the 7-2. Earlier, Braden, we saw you pull a Cale Yarborough, get launched into that fence, and then he went straight up into that sky, came crashing down, but you come back, and you were 3/100ths of a second away from the overall win, but you still get the W in the Xfinity class. Great job.
Oh, thank you so much. That was such a fun race. Like being able to push a truck with an Xfinity car around other Xfinities, I think that's the best thing to ever happen.
It was a lot of fun. So much fun. I had a great time calling it. Let's ask our race winner, Byron Jones. You've got the overall win, but not only that, driving a truck, you managed to get the W over the Xfinity cars, and in this practice, we didn't think it was going to be anywhere near that close, but here you are with the overall win in a multi-class NASCAR race. Great job.
Oh man, I'm just so excited right now. I had Bane come in about halfway through the race. He helped me out from there on out. I got involved in a wreck early on with actually no, and man, me and him, we've both had a ton of luck taken away from our horseshoes, but I think it's slowly starting to build back up for me and no. He got third. I'll take first after this. Uh, Watching qualifying, I was almost off by a second from the Xfinity cars. Didn't think I was gonna have anything. I come out and Bane's like, do whatever you can. And sure enough, I go to the outside, get the draft, and it's a dream come true for this one. First win here, and I'll take it.
You pulled off the W, and it's certainly great vibes headed into this third season. But for now, you've got the di9 designs turned down for what? All-star win in your pocket, Byron. Go celebrate.
I will do, man. Thank you, Rick.
Fans at home, a brilliant, brilliant show on display. My esteemed thanks to all the folks over at di9 Designs, the Chase Elliott custom design page on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook over at di9 Designs. They post graphics of all types, including wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use the code di9 Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. All the love and respect in the world to Mike Papa Bear Campbell, who works tirelessly to put on these seasons week in and week out. All the thoughts, loves, and positive vibes over to Mike Allen, who's going to be going through some lung surgery over the next coming days, but we're going to see him very, very soon, and hopefully we see him for Season 3, and we want to see all of you fans as well, whom without none of this is remotely possible. So the biggest thanks of all comes to you fans that come in the chat. You hang out, we have these fun conversations. Keep coming through. Let's talk racing. It's the greatest joy in life that we could share together as fans. So let's keep at it. And until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we